Hi, welcome to my channel. I cover financial topics that can help people make sound financial decisions. My name's Kathie, and today I'm going to cover 10 financial mistakes that most people make. These financial mistakes can have significant consequence on one's financial well-being. When individuals make poor financial decisions, such as overspending, not saving, or neglecting to invest, they often find themselves in precarious situations. Accumulating high-interest debt, struggling to cover daily expenses, and being unprepared for emergencies are common outcomes of these mistakes. Furthermore, failing to plan for retirement can result in financial insecurity during one's later years. So impulse buying and lack of financial education can lead to a cycle of poor money management. And then neglecting insurance needs can leave individuals vulnerable to unforeseen events, and avoiding professional financial advice can mean missed opportunities for optimizing your investments. It's crucial to recognize these mistakes and take proactive steps to avoid them. That way you can ensure financial stability and future financial goals. Now, for the countdown. Number 10, living paycheck to paycheck. This informal expression refers to the inability to pay for living expenses due to the loss of income or the inability to budget. The reality is that it can happen to all income levels. Not having savings would fall into this category. The working poor is not limited to job skills jobs, but also those with advanced degrees, because it's referring to having the experience that all of their paychecks go to paying current expenses. Now, the benefit to this is that once you make this mistake, it will force you to cut out of unnecessary spending and the power of budgeting so that you'll never have this stressful cycle again. Mistake number 9, using your home's equity like a bank. This means that you'll use the equity that you've earned in the value of your home to take out a loan using that home as collateral. In other words, saying you'll be able to pay back the loan. Many people do this to improve their home because it's actually going to improve the equity of the house by adding value to your home. It will increase your net worth and sort of like a forced savings account because your home will be worth more. But this financial mistake is actually using the home's equity as a checking account and buying trivial things against the value of your home, meaning that you're not increasing your home's value. You'll just plain owe more money on it. Number 8, overspending on a home. Falling in love with a house is awesome, but there's a real danger in choosing a place that will push you to be house poor. This means you're not able to spend money on much of anything except your mortgage payment, and you start to feel like you can never do anything. But if you're not able to make your mortgage payments, then the company that lended you the money will take your house and sell it. And that way you'll not only lose your home, but your credit score will be seriously damaged as well. The rule of thumb here is to not spend more than 28% of your monthly gross income, and that's the sum of all the income that you make before taxes. The benefit here is spending too much on your home is going to teach you how to do free things because you're not going to be able to afford much else. Number 7, excessive and unnecessary spending. By hitting add to cart online without thinking, or throwing items into your shopping cart, or eating out when you could just plan ahead and make your own meals, are common reasons for overspending. By not taking the time to evaluate your purchase and how it fits into your financial spending plan is hurting your financial future. You can buy anything that you've budgeted for. It's the act of not planning for expenses that hurts you. In fact, compulsive overspending actually rewards your brain with dopamine, and that can mean that buying too much can actually provide relief from depression, anxiety, and boredom. But like any drug taken too often, it's going to hurt you in the end. On the plus side, buying a house without thinking means you have the opportunity to practice all of your skills at returning items. Number 6, buying a new car. There's no doubt that there's a thrill in buying a new car. The smell, the clean interior, the more than 40%, almost half of the lost value in the first year. That's right. That $30,000 car is going to be worth less than $20,000 within the next year. You can count on the paint getting dinged, the mileage is going to go up, and your insurance is going to cost more than your last car. But the good news here is that you can take that same $30,000 and step up your car buying to a nicer model, avoiding almost all of the cost loss if you buy used. Number 5, living on borrowed money. Prior to the pandemic, interest rates were fairly low and inflation was at a reasonable rate for many Americans. Now, with higher interest rates, we're still financing our lives but paying much more to do it. This is really tied into excessive spending, but it keeps us from putting money into funds that will earn us interest. Susie Orman had a quote that said, "If the interest rate on your credit card is at least 4% higher than the interest rate on your savings account, then it makes financial sense to use your savings to pay off or reduce your credit card bill." So if you owe 19% interest on a credit card and then any savings account is earning less than 15%, that money should go towards paying down your credit card. However, if you do earn 15% on a savings account, please share in the comments where you're getting that account because other people would like to know too. The good news here is that it's definitely going to teach you that paying debt at first hurts and that maybe all the things you're buying are not actually worth it. Number 4, never-ending payments. Living on borrowed money leads to never-ending payments. If you only make minimum payments on a revolving credit like a credit card, your credit card's minimum payment is the lowest amount that you can pay and still keep your account in good standing. But since you're paying the interest only on these minimum payments, it means that after 1 year, you'll have the same amount of debt as you had last year because you're never paying down that balance. So now if you buy more on that card, your balance increases without a chance to go down because you're still paying minimums. This means that you'll be paying far more than $5 for that cup of coffee over time. The good news is that paying the minimum and keeping a balance doesn't actually hurt your credit score. Number 3, not pursuing your own financial education. I'm not saying that you need to go back to college for this, but by avoiding anything in terms of your financial education, you're affecting everything from your savings to your retirement. This is how others take advantage of you because you don't know what you don't know. Payday loans can charge stupid amounts of interest, and the idea that bankruptcy is a way to start over or that you can't put anything into savings because you don't have enough are all examples of ways that people lose money when they've earned it when they could be putting their money to work for them. Now, of all these options are available because they do have a place, but they're not meant to be the norm. If you increase your financial education, you can avoid many financial mistakes. You can do this by listening to podcasts, reading books, and watching YouTube channels like mine. It takes slow and steady time to educate yourself so that you'll feel confident, but you can do it and you can learn on your own financial journey. The real positive here, though, is that you can learn slowly about the topics you're interested in and have meaning for you. Number 2 is not investing in your own retirement. Unless your family is already wealthy and are going to finance your retirement for you, you should be planning for yours. You need to ask yourself these questions. According to Bankrate, how much can I save each year? Am I taking advantage of every savings opportunity like a 401k, 403b, or IRA? Where are my assets going to grow the best? Could I be saving more? How do I manage my assets? By avoiding planning for your retirement and foregoing any savings to be able to spend, you're going to find yourself working long past retirement age. And not having enough money for living or health care when you're older should be terrifying enough to make you start saving something each month. The good news here is that if you don't plan for your retirement, you will have coworkers well into your golden years. And number 1 is not making a financial plan. I've long suggested that we don't use the word budget in our financial vernacular. It has such a negative connotation, one that's hard to shake. Instead, I would suggest using the term spending planner. Now, it means the same thing, but making a plan to spend sounds a lot more enticing than a budget that feels limiting. A spending plan allows you to track your money and to see how the choices you've made impact your savings and long-term plans. While doing nothing to plan means that you're going to be surprised, probably in an unpleasant way, at what you have to live on at age 67. The big takeaways are: pay yourself first, put money into your savings, plan for your needs, what do you need to have money to spend on, and put aside money for fun. This is going to take a little time, but it's worth it. This is an overly simplistic explanation, but it's a great start. The good news is that you can find a spending planner workbook below in the show notes, and it will make this step much easier. This is Kathie at Finances And. Please think about your financial journey and share your first step on your way in the comments below. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe and like.